If it's bull or bear, I don't care. It's quite a rough ride, just like life. But I'm kinda patient, 'cause only time will tell. It's gonna go up, so you better stay calm. Grow your coins, you gotta grow your coins. Grow your coins, grow your coins. Grow your coins, you gotta grow your coins. Grow your coins, grow your coins. Grow your coins, you gotta grow your coins. Grow your coins, grow your coins. Grow your coins, you gotta grow your coins.
I think I got it fixed, folks.
If it's bull or bear, I don't care. It's quite a rough ride, just like life. But I'm kinda patient, 'cause only time will tell. It's gonna go up, so you better stay calm. Grow your coins, you gotta grow your coins. Grow your coins, grow your coins. Grow your coins, you gotta grow your coins. Grow your coins, grow your coins. Grow your coins, you gotta grow your coins. Grow your coins, grow your coins. Grow your coins, you gotta grow your coins.
Can you guys hear me? Turned it off, then on again. Yeah, no. So I recently rebooted my computer, and I guess it created some issues, and for whatever reason, it turned off my microphone in my system, and I had to go back and reselect it. So sorry about that. I wasn't expecting that. So yeah, all right. So everything's working now. Everything you can see me, and you can see how big of an ogre I am. And I look tired. I got sick So for part of my wife's birthday, we so I got her that Bernese Mountain Dog, which is the cutest, fluffiest little black bear baby I've ever seen. I mean, the dog looks like a little baby black bear. Sweet as hell. And but he pees and he shits everywhere, like just constantly. So she brought him into bed last night, and I've already got this like tickle in my throat because we went out Saturday night with some friends and had a blast. I'll show you guys. Hold on, let me go to I'll go to Instagram and give her a bit of a plug. So we went out with some friends of ours. Yeah, should be fine. I hope it doesn't make me do anything. Okay. Let's see. Up your alley. There she is. I didn't put up all the pictures. I tagged her. Oh no, wait a minute. So this is Allie. Super cool. She does a lot of like Instagram modeling and stuff. And just super cool girl. And then her boyfriend Zach, he's like a musician in a band. He's like one of those straight edge guys, but he plays in like this crazy death metal band or whatever. And but anyway, we've known these guys for a couple years. They're super cool. And we went to see D-Ray Davis. And hold on, I'll find the picture of my wife. I don't even know how to use Instagram, honestly. So there's Allie and my wife. Of course, I took the picture. Zach's sitting next to me. Like we had a really good time. And then after that, so wait a minute. So where is he? D-Ray. This is D-Ray Davis. This dude had me in tears. I honestly thought I was going to have a stroke watching this guy. And here's the thing, and this is no bullshit. So you guys know I love Joe Rogan. I'm like a huge fan of Joe Rogan and not only his stand-up, but his podcast and his conversations and the way he, and it's crazy because you don't realize that Joe's been doing that show for so many years, which it makes sense. Like he deserves all the success he's getting from it. And I still, to this day, I'm like, one day I'd love to be able to get on there and talk about the altcoin market and all of that. And I think we would just have a blast, but who knows? It may never happen. But anyway, all the conversations that he has with different comedians really help me just put into perspective what these guys do and like just the struggle and the artistry of their craft. And it really is a craft. And if you think about it, to get on stage in front of a bunch of strangers and connect with them in a way that just gets them cracking up laughing, that is some hard shit. And to be really, really good, like Dave Chappelle, I know this isn't crypto related, but I don't give a shit. It's Monday. This is my way of slacking off on Labor Day. But I'm going to get to some cool shit. Don't worry. But anyway, to be able to do that in front of a crowd, it literally took my breath away. Like he did this stuff. Well, that's right. I shouldn't say it just out of respect. Cause I know that, when these guys do like the local comedy shows, they're really trying new material. And for like their next special, right? So they'll tour around all over the place and they'll try all this new material and then it'll go into the next special, like a Netflix special or whatever. And so I won't give any of it away, but if you've got an opportunity to see this dude live, get your ass there. We got VIP tickets, which were only like $35. It wasn't a big deal. But it wouldn't matter where you were sitting. It's not one of those things. Most comedy clubs are pretty small anyway, maybe 400 or 500 people, I'm guessing. I don't know. But man, this dude was so funny. All I'm going to say is if you go and he starts talking about his mom and her boyfriends, get ready because the shit he said had me crying. And it was like not even like a quiet crying. It was like I was uncontrollable to the point where he looked right at me and pointed his microphone at me and laughed with me. And it was just, I couldn't contain it. I just couldn't contain it. So anyway, D. Ray Davis, man, like amazing, funny dude. I think he's saying that he's not 51 years old, that he's just turning 40. So he's saying that the website has this wrong. Wikipedia has it wrong. And he was like, do I look 50 years old? He was like, this would be a whole other level of black don't crack. He's like, and then he's like, I'm only 40. So, and I was looking at him like, yeah, you don't look 50, dude. Not at all. But anyway, he was great. Friends Allie and Zach, they were great. Follow me on Instagram. Damn it. I've only got 2,200 followers on Instagram. That's disgraceful. And I post a lot of the stuff that I paint, for like War Machine. So they're like, not that you guys care about that, but it's like a Warcaster model. There's some friends of ours when we went to Gen Con. They always dress up in cosplay. That's me as a young Puerto Rican. Using that face app. And then this is the same picture as an old man. So yeah, I look like a big burly old man, like someday, I don't know. Joe Rogan is great. I like your Insta. Well, thank you. I mean, it's like I don't do a lot of crazy stuff. It's a lot of nerdy stuff. I thought this picture was funny because it looks like our cat is climbing through our living room window. But he just sleeps on the island in the kitchen and he hangs over it. And that's how he just sits. Like, that's what he does all the time. He's so funny. That was the pool when it was first getting started. And my wife, when we were building our house, I swear my wife was at the new house every day, bringing food to the people building the house and drinks and stuff. Then when the pool started going in, she would always sit out there with our daughter. It's just so funny. But yeah, like, we just post random stuff. And I don't even remember. That was when I got hit in the back of the head with a baseball bat. That was when I proposed to my wife, the before and after, I think. Or no, this was before. That was after when she said yes. Picture from my fight back in, God, it's been so many years. Just all kinds of different stuff. I try to share. There's me and Matt Hamill. And there's me and Roger Bowling back when I used to manage him. Just fun stuff. You know what I mean? So, and I haven't been posting a lot recently because nobody seems to care. So I don't even really bother. I'll post random shit. There's a picture of the dog we just got. That's Bernie. Bernie I don't know, he poops a lot. So anyway, so that's a fun little update on what we did this past weekend. But it did put a little scratch in my throat. And just because after that, we went to a club and we had a table. And if you're watching, so it's so funny because I was down at this club called Gala Park. And it's like a nightclub here in Cincinnati. And I was walking through the club and this group of dudes was like, holy shit. And they started going nuts. And then the one dude like wrapped his arm around me and he's like, dude, you gotta let me get a selfie. He's like, and I don't even know where they were from. They had accents, I think, unless I was just that drunk. But apparently they recognized me and it was awkward for me because it's only like, I don't know, maybe the third time somebody's recognized me, like from YouTube or something. And it caught me off guard because they were like really apparently kind of excited to see me, and he took a picture and everything, and I was on my way to the bathroom, and of course I was cool, but and I'm thinking, who do you think I am? You know what I mean? It was kind of one of those moments like, I don't play basketball, I didn't say any of this, but I'm like, who do you really think I am? I'm just this dude on YouTube. And then he was like, man, I had no idea you were so huge. And then I realized, like, he really does probably recognize me from YouTube. And because he wouldn't, if he thought I was an athlete or a, NBA player or something like that, he wouldn't have said that. So, but I took a picture with him and it was cool. But yeah, it was an awkward moment for me because I'm like, I'm not used to being recognized. All I do is come on YouTube and talk and I just don't think it's that big of a deal. Like I see a lot of these guys where, you know, they get 50,000 subscribers on YouTube and they think they're fucking like Joe Pesci. I don't get it. But yeah, I mean, it was cool. It was fun. We had a great time, but my throat's been messed up. Face apps got data on your face. I know. Those Russians know what I look like. I don't really, I'm not sweating that stuff. I'm like, whatever. So anyway, looking at Bitcoin, Bitcoin's going back up. You're going to see this EMA, which is actually a 128-day moving average. I saw this video from Crypto, and, you know, I'm not going to say too much about it, but I saw Da Vinci, and I know a lot of you guys have seen Da Vinci by now, but Da Vinci's always on Crypto, you know, talking, you know, tech and TA and stuff like that with Chris. And outside of the fact that they are always pushing like ByBit, which I just do not agree with, I like them. I like both of them. I think they're cool. And I think Da Vinci is such a sweetheart. Like, he's so nice. Like, I don't think that guy steps on ants. You know what I mean? And he was recently on CoinBase, and CoinBase really seemed to kind of take the piss, if that's the term for all you UK folks. And I was really, really bothered by that, because I'm like, you know, Da Vinci is so sweet, and he's just so nice, and he's just doing his thing. He's an altcoin hobbyist investor. You know, he likes to speculate and just have a good time. And you know, and I sent CoinBase some messages about it, and he's like, you know, it's cool, and I've talked to him since, and everything's cool. Yeah, man, I was also bothered. Yeah, I was really, really bothered. Like, I had already had a pretty kind of a shitty, grindy, bad week. And, you know, when I saw that video, I'm not going to lie, I kind of went a little apeshit on Tone in a private Telegram. And then we started talking about it back and forth. And then we picked it up, and I actually apologized. I'm like, look, dude, I'm sorry. I kind of went apeshit on you. You know, it's been a really rough week, and that video caught me really wrong. Caught me on the wrong day. And he was like, yeah, I could tell by the way you were pretty steamed up that there had to have been more going on. And I'm like, yeah, it's just a really stressful week, and that video just rubbed me wrong. And then he showed me some stuff where he was talking to Da Vinci, and Da Vinci was like, you know, and of course Da Vinci's like, you know, it's all good, man, it's all good, you know. But that's just Da Vinci being super nice. I want to get Da Vinci on this channel, and I just want to like hang out and shoot the shit about altcoins. Like, I like Da Vinci. I like what he does. And I think Tone does too. I think that, you know, in talking to Tone about it, Tone is very much a high-end TA guy. Like, you know, I mean, he is. And it's like, I don't necessarily agree with his philosophies on the altcoin market, obviously. But you can't negate his experience in trading because he's just dead wrong on altcoins. And I think a lot of that is shtick anyway. I'm not saying that it is. He could truly believe a lot of it, but I think a part of it is shtick. I think it's just kind of like, you know, he's a Bitcoin trader, maximalist, and he's sticking to it. It doesn't hurt him to be that. So it is what it is. But anyway, you know, the other night, I'm bothered every time I see Joe. Da Vinci's the man. Yeah, I do want to have, and I've messaged Chris because I don't know how to get a hold of Da Vinci. I've messaged Chris, and he's like, if I remember, I'll say. I'm like, dude, fuck, send him a message. What are you playing games? Like, what is this? Send the dude a message. But whatever. I don't know. I thought that was kind of weird. What is the best way to connect with you? I am developing a hardware wallet to provide a decentralized wall, safely store private keys for all wallets. I just want your opinion on it. I value it. Honestly, I mean, I get so much stuff sent to me on the regular from everything, and I don't click links. I don't open files, so any files automatically get wiped. I don't mess with a lot of that stuff. So if you manage to get through to me, you know, I don't open anything, and I don't click links either. So if somebody sends me an email, I might Google it and see if it comes up in the like number 1 or 2 in Google. And then I might go that route. But yeah, like, I'm super careful, man. It doesn't matter. People send me shit all the time, and I don't see it. I don't look at it anyway. I'm just being honest. Just because people are always trying to like figure out how to like screw me. So anyway, and it's like, you know, I help Monarch Wallet, you know, and I work with them. As a matter of fact, I guess this is a good time, and then I'm going to talk about market cap, and I'm going to talk about Cardano. So just to let you guys know, I've been back in Vegas. I met like the lead developer of Divi, and like I've kept in contact with him because before the exchange and before all this other stuff, I was actually looking into a project that I could like fork and then create like the Crow coin or something. And I wanted it to be like a masternode type coin. It's not anymore, but I was interested in it being like a masternode type project. And so I was talking to Divi, and I had some conversations on Skype video chat and things like that with their developers, and talked to their team in detail about a lot of different things. And but we just did, I don't remember what happened exactly, but it didn't happen. And I think maybe they were waiting on me because I was trying to figure out exactly what direction I was going with the exchange and what my plans were overall and how all of this stuff would fit together. And it just didn't happen. But I've since I have a masternode, and this is my masternode. Now, I'm in full disclosure, they sent me all these tokens. I didn't buy them, okay? However, they sent this to me because in conversations with them, I said, look, I'm really interested in getting like setting up a Divi masternode, and because I want to run a couple different masternodes. And I really liked your project. And they were like, hey, well, come to, you know, they basically like, hey, we have some really big announcements coming up soon. We're happy to supply you with a masternode if you're willing to help us get the word out about what's going to happen here. And so we started talking. I know what's happening, but I'm not going to do it again. When the time is right, they're going to announce everything. But they've got some cool shit happening. And so I was like, yeah, let's do this. And so I've got some fun stuff that I'm doing with this masternode. And the way it works is they have multiple levels. So if I go to masternodes and I click create a masternode, it will actually, I think there are 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can have up to a diamond level masternode. A diamond masternode, you need 10 million Divi. And if you have 10 million Divi in your wallet, you just hit subscribe. And it's like a click or two, and boom, you've got your masternode, and it's generating more coins for you. So it's actually a really slick system, and the wallet system is really cool. I can receive, and that's my main address. Yeah, I'm not afraid to put that out there. But it's just a really cool wallet, and it's a very nice system, and they're doing a lot of things. And there's a good chance that because this is really decentralized, that there's a chance that I might be able to list this at some point in the future. Volume actually isn't too bad either. $161,000, almost $162,000 in volume. It's ranked 542. But look, I've invested in other projects out there that aren't doing as well. And you know, these guys are still on it now. And here's another thing too, because I told them, I was like, look, I want to where is it? There we go. So I asked them because I was trying to find it on Misari. And I'm like, I want to know, like, what are the token metrics like? What are the transactions like? How many new wallets are being established? All that kind of data. And he was like, yeah, they came to us a while back. And I don't know, I don't want to ruin anything for them or like spoil any relationships or whatever. But I will say this site charges a shit ton of money to get your blockchain statistics listed on it. To the point where I was like, what? And I told him, I was like, you know, I would love to see it on here, but not that damn bad. And he was like, yeah, we were thinking the same thing. I really like this on-chain stuff. And where is it the registry? No, participating projects. And I've always wondered, like, why is it that some of these projects I can't even, where is everything at? Did they just change this or what? Price, 24 hour. I don't know what's happening here. I think maybe they changed it. Columns and filters. Yeah, they changed the whole damn thing. Okay. It looks nicer, but it totally threw me off. So this is where you can pick all of the different details and stats and things like that you want to show up here. That's what threw me. I'm like, wait, what's happening here? But I don't know if all of these, I'm sure all of them didn't. I'm sure that they launched this site without charging everybody like an insane sum to get listed. And now they're like, well, we're big enough now. We can start, being greedy as hell. I'm like, honestly, the fact that they charge as much as they do for what I consider to be quality projects, actively working towards like positive goals in the space, knowing that there's no way in hell like a lot of these projects paid them. Look, I get that every site needs to make money and, maybe it's a laborious process to add these things, but I was kind of like, my heart sunk a little bit when I realized the business model. Because there are a lot of projects on here that I want to follow, and I'm sure they can't afford to pay that kind of fee to get listed on here. And I've even tried reaching out to this site and said, hey, why is it that, a lot of these projects have no data? Like, what's up with that? Now I'm realizing it's probably because they didn't pay. And that to me is bullshit. And I'm calling them out. Like that to me is bullshit. If you're going to list and try to display all this kind of data for everything going on in the blockchain space, it should not, there should be a different way to monetize this. Get us all the primary data, because otherwise it's almost like a misconception. It's like, oh, well, Ravencoin is on here and you've got details on Ravencoin, but Divi isn't on here. Oh, I wonder if that means Divi's less legitimate. No, that's not what it means. It just means Divi didn't want to pay these guys a shit ton of money to be listed on the site, or they're playing favorites or whatever. Totally against everything that crypto is supposed to be about, in my opinion. But at the same time, I charge for reviews. I charge for project features, so I don't know. It's like, where do you draw the line? What's okay, what's not? I mean, there's just so many projects that I wish were on here, and it's really frustrating when I realize there's a giant paywall to get that stuff listed. But anyway, so yeah, I'm going to be having the lead developer of Divi on the channel soon. We're going to be talking a lot about it. We're going to talk about the master nodes. We're going to talk about their latest developments and some of their newest partnerships that are going to be pretty cool. And we'll see what happens. But I'm still waiting on GoChain. So I'm going to start hounding them pretty good here in the near future. Let me take a quick look at chat. Have you Googled Beer Can Island? I sent you an email a few months ago. No, I have not Googled Beer Can Island. That sounds interesting. Hey, Crow, shitcoins are really taking a big hit. You think they'll recover against the Bitcoin King? Yeah! That's actually what this article is about. Bitcoin price, 4 key similarities to previous bull market corrections. And look, you can read it. I'm not going to read through this whole damn thing. But basically, this has all happened before. And literally everything is playing out exactly the way it did before. Just a different time frame. It talks about, where the altcoins were, how the altcoins got hit really hard, in the last bear market leading into the next bull market, and how everything started to really shoot up and all this other stuff. Where is it? Total market cap excluding Bitcoin, altcoins getting crushed. Similarity number 4. Basically it's saying, altcoins got crushed in the last bear market. And continued on into the early bull market. Eventually, the altcoins catch up with Bitcoin, and away it all goes. Volatility gets sparked. There's a lot of algorithmic trading opportunities, and yada, yada, yada. Like, people running around trying to say altcoins are dead, altcoins aren't going anywhere. It's all bullshit. I mean, a lot of it is self-fulfilling, and it's just not the way it is. It's not the way the market works. And so it's just a matter of waiting it out. And the more people hold, the quicker and the better the next altcoin rally will be, in my opinion. So, Oh, and another thing too, I saw recently Altcoin Daily, who, thanks for the plug, man. I saw you subscribed to me and all of that, and I appreciate it. But he said, I think he misunderstood something I said, where I guess he, for whatever reason, I guess he thinks that I hold more Cardano than I do Bitcoin. That's not accurate. I have a pretty substantial sum of Cardano, don't get me wrong. But in terms of like percentage of my portfolio overall and so forth and so on, it's nowhere near what I have in Bitcoin. My big thing is that I, occasionally I will go in and I might drop a Bitcoin on getting more Cardano or something. But I mean, realistically, I don't really touch my Bitcoin at all anymore. I mean, because I've made it difficult for myself to really get it, to get access to it, to do anything with, because I don't even want to play the swings anymore. Like, I don't want to swing trade it. I used to, and I've seen comments, oh, he dumps his Bitcoin a lot. No, I wasn't dumping Bitcoin. When you dump something, it's because you've lost faith. You have no interest in it anymore, and you don't think it's going to go up. I used to try and swing trade my Bitcoin. So, excuse me, I would sell it before I expected the price to go down so that I could buy back in and have more than I started with. But I stopped doing that. I mean, I was probably going maybe 50-50 on those swings, and it just wasn't worth the risk to me anymore. So I just decided to lock it up and hold it. I mean, whatever happens, and I'm not going to sweat it anymore. So anyway, here we go. I've been talking long enough before I even get to the meat. We're talking about market capitalization, right? So right now, Bitcoin's dominance is at 68%, almost 69%. And the total market cap is $258 billion. Now, to me, it's almost a given that the market cap at the height of the next rally is going to be $1 trillion. Like, we're going to see $1 trillion market cap at the height of this next rally. That's just my belief, but I think it's going to happen. And I was going back and I was looking at, what did a lot of these altcoins do? Like, what percentage of the overall market cap did a lot of these altcoins hold during the last rally at the peaks? Ethereum held 12%, which is pretty damn high. XRP was at 4.3%. Litecoin held only 3%. That's not very much. Bitcoin Cash held more of the market cap overall than Litecoin, XRP, and Dash. And then others, we had like 12, almost 12.5%, which was all the other altcoins out there, made up like 12% of the total market cap. So Cardano actually had like 4% of the market cap. Now, if you remember, at just 4% of the total market cap, which at the time was like 750 billion or thereabouts, 4% of the market cap for the total number of Cardano out there drove the price up to $1.33. So Cardano's all-time high was $1.33. And so then I started thinking, at 4% market cap, if Cardano's market cap, because of Shelley, the proof of stake model officially launching, just everything that they're doing, how much of the market cap do we believe Cardano could acquire or could assume over some of these other projects? And realistically, and so I was crunching the numbers and I was looking at a $1 trillion market cap with Cardano basically getting triple the market cap it got when it was basically rising in value sheerly on speculation alone. No real usage, no real anything. And, some of you guys aren't going to like this figure, to be quite frank with you, but if you calculate it out, at 12%, so basically, 3 times what it originally was in the last bull market, 3% of a $1 trillion or 12% of a 3 trillion, let me start over. 12% of a $1 trillion market cap at the number of coins that are out there. So circulating supply, huge numbers. Let's just say 26 billion coins. Okay. That would put Cardano at about $2.31. Okay. Nothing crazy. So when you're looking at it right now and it's at 4 cents, 231 sounds pretty daggone amazing, right? I mean, if you're going in, you know, that's a crazy sum. That's a crazy return on investment. Even if Cardano were to just go to $1. So the idea is, so Cardano's 4 cents right now, and, you know, we start heading into a significant altcoin rally at some point in the future, whether it's the end of 2019 or early 2020. What does it look like? What does Cardano look like in that market? I'd say it looks pretty good when Shelley launches and smart contracts go into effect and people are actually able to develop and launch dApps on the Cardano blockchain. Do you think that it's going to make it do better or worse than it did at $1.33 at only 4% market share? I think it's going to do a lot better. So, even at 12%, that's still, that's $1 higher than it was in the last altcoin market, the last rally. I think it could potentially do better than that. However, even at the time, Ethereum only did 12%. So when Ethereum rose up to almost $1,500, Ethereum only had 12% of the market cap at the time. So Cardano at 12%, you're looking at $2.31. So depending on when you bought in or when you get in, that could dictate the kind of earning potential you stand to make. It already did $1.18. It actually did $1.33 at its all-time high. And $3 to $4 fair value for Cardano. Look, nobody loves Cardano more than me. Nobody loves Charles more than me. I know at one point I made a $10 prediction on Cardano. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little more ignorant then than I am now. But let me see here. Let's say $10. Oops. $10. Number of outstanding shares. We'll just copy it over. Hopefully it'll let me. Come on. Bam. Nope, not gonna let me. Damn it. All right, so what was it, 26 billion? $260 billion market cap. Yeah, so, $260 billion market cap, where right now it's only 1.1 billion. I think $10 is quite a stretch. I think $5 is fairly probable. $5, a $5 Cardano means it needs to have almost 25%, almost like 26% of the total market capitalization of the crypto market. So that's at $1 trillion. Now, if we go to $1.5 trillion or $2 trillion in the next rally, I mean, all the bets are off. It could go as high as it wants to. But I'm basing this strictly off of just a $1 trillion market cap. That's like $250 billion more than we had at the last altcoin market. Do we think enough money has gone into the space or will continue to flow into the space to balance that out? Yeah, I definitely think we will. So, I think big things are on the horizon. Are we going to fall lower than where we're at? We're starting to see a little bit of a, some increased price action. time will tell. I mean, I wish I could tell everybody, hey, I think this is going to happen or that's going to happen. And I could go through and be like, hey, well, the bullish scenario is we could go up. The bearish scenario is we could go down. And if we go down to here, we're probably going to go to here. And I can repeat all the same shit everybody else is saying. What the fuck ever. Nobody knows. That's the point. Nobody knows. The only people that know are the people that are swing trading, thousands of Bitcoin at a time. Those are the ones controlling the market right now. And I truly believe that until these guys are done playing games with each other and the market cycle has evolved enough, or I should say revolved enough, where the retail money is consistently going back into the space because they feel like it's fairly safe, then we'll start seeing, the price action move up. When the altcoin market starts to kick in and get going, that is when I think that Bitcoin will really start taking off to new heights. I just don't see that happening until Bitcoin hits 20 grand again, maybe even 22. So what's a smart amount of Cardano to hodl? Currently I have 1,000. I was thinking about picking up more. Look, here's the thing, and I tell everybody, straight up, cryptocurrency is volatile. Cryptocurrency it's a dangerous space. It's not only crypto isn't only dangerous because the projects could go belly up, the teams could break up, things could happen. You could get hacked. You do one stupid thing in crypto and you could lose it. Let's face it. How many millions of Bitcoin have been lost potentially because somebody misplaced a key, or they didn't back up something properly, or they didn't have backups of their backups, and so forth and so on. And how much has been lost due to that? So, honestly, how much do you think you need? Well, how much can you afford to play with and hold on to? My Cardano, I have a decent amount, but I don't have an insane amount. Like if Cardano goes to $1, that's not making me a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? Let's just put it that way. And which I'm sure it will. But if it comes back to $1 or $1.50, it's not making me a millionaire. What I have in Cardano, I plan to hold for a long time. And my goal is to accumulate over time as I'm comfortable. And so, if somebody's got 1 million Cardano or 2 million Cardano, good on them. I believe it's going to become a global economy basis. Like I think that Cardano is going to infiltrate and establish itself in a lot of global economies, starting with a lot of smaller countries, and I think it's going to grow outwardly from there. And I think in the end of it all, there will likely maybe be 10 to 15 major blockchain platforms that are over time more and more adopted by a variety of different countries and states and things like that. And then when that day comes, when those decisions have been made and those partnerships established, then it's going to become all about interoperability, getting all of these projects to work with each other. And that's one of the reasons why I still mine Aeon, because I still believe that it has a chance on being a really key facilitator in that. But this is all not going to happen tomorrow morning. This is all stuff. I'm not in this crypto space because I think it's going to make me $50 billion, in a year. That's just not the nature of this. I understand that I am in cryptocurrency because of the long-term potential of the technology. I am here because I believe that decisions and the education that I'm giving myself and trying to give those of you watching, I believe that this is a time that you plant your stake, you plant your seeds, you water them, you grow your farm. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to do. My face is so itchy because I've got this fan going and it's still kind of early. It's 1 p.m. So, look, guys, when you say, like, how much should I own? How much do you want to own? How much can you afford to own? And that's it. You just, you average in over time and you get what you can. And, that's it. Charles has said repeatedly that Cardano is the world leader, that Cardano is the world leader in crypto interoperability. Cool. That's good. Superman consider amount 200K ADA, but is after that Dash masternode. Yeah, I don't have enough interest in Dash or the Dash Masternode, and I get it. I know Superman likes Dash, and that's cool, man. Everybody has their favorite thing. Personally, Cardano's mine, and you know, if Cardano rises or falls, I am either going to be the guy who helped a lot of people make a lot of money by talking about it and putting it in front of people's faces, or I'm going to be the most hated guy on YouTube because of everybody that got into Cardano because I loved it and talked about it and it didn't work out. But I don't think that's going to be the case. Cardano is ours, Crow. Absolutely. I put my stake in that a long time ago, and I do believe I was one of the first. And I just love it. I love the project. I love Charles, and I love how everything's being done. So, look, guys, it's Monday. It's Labor Day. You know, I don't know what else to say other than just continue, educating yourself, continue averaging in. You know, don't spend any more in crypto than you can afford to lose if something goes south. And just because you're insanely bullish on one particular project, it does not mean that you should go all into that one project. As bullish as I am on Cardano and my belief and faith in the project and the people associated with it, I am still not all in on Cardano. Diversify. You know, it's the three major successes in your portfolio should outset and outweigh the losses in your portfolio. If you've got 25, 35 positions and 5 of those positions do exceedingly well, and the others go straight to nothing, shouldn't matter because those 5 are going to make up far more than the losses you suffered. That's why you diversify. You have some outliers. You know, you have a few projects in there that if they do well, you're going to do insanely well because they're much riskier. You've got your hard-nosed, hardcore projects that you just know are going to rise with the times. They're going to go up. They've been tested over time. And, you know, you break it all down into stuff that, you know, talk to your financial planner, your financial advisor, you know, ask them. And they'll typically say, you know, what's your risk? Well, I don't even remember how they word it, but basically, how risky are you wanting to be with your money? You know what I mean? And then they'll put together an idea as to what you should do with it. Now, these guys are typically going to push you into traditional markets and things, which, you know, let's face it, 6% annual return on a traditional stock or something like that just doesn't sound very appealing to me. So, you know, anything you do in cryptocurrency is going to be considered high risk, high reward, I'm sure. So, your financial advisor, if I'm to guess, is going to say, okay, well, you should probably take maybe 10, 15% of your overall assets, put them into the cryptocurrency market and Bitcoin and, you know, XRP and Ethereum. And then, you know what I mean? And they're going to try and be real safe because even the safest investments in crypto are still going to be considered high risk to a financial planner dealing in traditional markets for any period of time. The ebbs and flows of the traditional market, while they can be great, aren't expected to happen on a daily or semi-weekly basis like it is in crypto. So, Dent Coin Moon, who knows? We'll see. I hope so. I wish Dent would just die already. Oh, terrible, terrible. I still like Dent. I mean, Dent, look, here's the thing, and I'm going to leave you with this. It's the altcoin projects that aren't doing shit that I'm pissed off at. It's the altcoin projects that are not doing anything but flimsy little announcements. You know, their social media reads like basically a bot farm kind of effort. There's nothing real specific going on with the project, but they're just posting memes and dumb shit to keep their accounts active. Stuff like that. That insults me as an investor. And they look at it as, you know, it's they just set up these scripts to start spitting out memes and bullshit to keep their accounts active to make them look like they're still there. But there's not a lot of anything going on. And if I look up a project on GitHub and I see that there's not a lot of activity there, red flag. If you want to look for activity on these projects today. And that's what that's what I'm talking about. You want to see that projects are still actively developing and moving forward with their technology, regardless of the bear market. Are they sacrificing to keep their projects going? You know, Just bought another $500 Cardano. Cool. And again, don't ever buy anything just because I like it. I could be wrong, guys. I'm not a genius. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm nobody special. I'm just a giant ogre on YouTube who speaks his mind. You know, yes, I like to keep things very open and keep things very honest, but, you know, I'm in this with you. You know, we're all swimming around in the same damn pond, and, you know, and we're all just trying to make the best of it. I just typically put a little bit more time in it than most. So, you know, can you paper wallet ADA? I think you can. Yeah, I think paper wallets were one of the first things you were able to do. Though I will say that I think Daedalus got a really nice update too. So yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to call it here. Wish you the best. Have a great Labor Day. Hopefully your weekend has been fun and fruitful. And until next time, I'll see you guys again pretty soon. So crow your coins, and I'll see you then.